I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need some.
It's week 6 of the NFL, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Colts and the Vikings. All that and more coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Yeah, this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made here at the 36. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Richardson on 3rd and short. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. He stiff arms him. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because It's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Richardson working from the gun. And that's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Well, they moved the ball well there on the opening series. Running game was in sync. They were knocking on the doorstep, but ultimately, Charles, they'll have to settle for the field goal.
Well, they certainly were moving it well, and give this defense a ton of credit. Finally dug their heels in and forced the field goal. That's wondered in his game partner. Will this offense look back at this drive and think to themselves, if we'd gotten 6, we'd be in a better spot.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. Pickett now from the gun here. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Pickett back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Looking to throw, Pickett. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. They'll come up 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
From the shotgun, Richardson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. This one swung out to Williams. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Pickett. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Samson Abuka. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On the option left, Richardson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
1st down, Colts.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. First and 10, it's Richardson. A throw on the money there to Doolin. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Richardson now on 2nd down. Now this taken in by Downs. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1, Richardson to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, here's Pickett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Richardson looking to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 5. Second down, here's Richardson. Throw out wide is incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. The Lions locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. Now a 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Now he's loose at the 40, and he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Pickett. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Pickett. A bullet throw, but incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 1st and 10, Taylor now. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now Richardson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Trent McDuffie getting the chance to blitz and finishing it off with a sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses, and
imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. The Colts send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. And incomplete on the deep ball. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. Finding Williams on the check down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. For the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
3rd and long for Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Richardson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Richardson to throw off play action. That's going to be taken in by Downs. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken a 4th quarter lead. And a big score there to give them the lead as we break at the 2-minute warning.
I wasn't sure we'd get into this position, but now that we're here, strap in for a big finish.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now Pickett. And that's caught by Williams. Oh, some strong running. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Here's Pickett. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Looking to throw here. Pickett. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw taken in by London. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Throws right back to London, complete again. Here's 1st and 10. Pickett to throw. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Pickett back to throw. Got a man, it's London. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Pickett's throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And they'll get this one to about the the 20-yard line. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been caught on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Second down, another run with Taylor. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. Now Richardson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Richardson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Colts send out their punter. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting. We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
On second down, Williams. But that's not going to help the cause as he stops short of the 10.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They need 2. Here's third down. Looking to throw, Pickett. London hauls this one in. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First and 10, here's Pickett. Into the hands of Cooper. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. Pickett. That's caught by Pitts. Oh, and he'll be tackled and covered up inbounds. They get another first, but they're working with no timeouts. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us, we came here to see the winner, right?
We did.
Winner or loser, we didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah.
MEH, man. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.